So for one t-test, the first sample is, or the sample for on how to do about the one t-test is a research scholar wants to determine if the average weight of a student's everyday bag differs from a set value. So the set value provided is 25 kilos. So all we have to do is open Jamovi application, and then we need to enter the data, enter the bag weights into a single column in the data, inputting 22, 23, 23, 27, 24, 27, and so on and so forth. Now let's click Analysis, then click on t-test, one sample t-test since we are using one sample t-test, then click Weights and move it to Dependent Variable. Now, in the test value field, let's enter 25 since it is mentioned there that the value is 25 kilos. The test value field, since the researcher would just want to know if the student bag weight would differ from 25, so the test value symbol here is correct. Okay, so Jamovi will display the T statistics, which is it's shown here. It's 51.07. Hold on. No, it's the T statistics is 0.2035. The p-value, which is 0.8409. So since the p-value here is greater than 0.05, so we will have the result for this, or the interpretation of the result. So compare the p-value to the significant level of 0.05. So if the p-value is, since the p-value is greater than 0.05, we fail to reject the null hypothesis. So in this given, so the conclusion is the p-value indicates no significant differences. So let's click on first mean descriptive. Standard deviation is 2.2, and the T statistics is 0.203. So the conclusion is the p-value indicates no significant difference between the sample mean and the hypothesized value of 25 kg. Since the p-value is 0.84 is greater than 0.05, you do not have enough evidence to reject the null hypothesis. This means that the data does not provide strong evidence that the average weight of student bag is different from 25 kg. So moving on is we are also going to discuss on how to do paired sample t-test using Jamovi. So we already have the data. I used the data of our teacher, Ma'am Cheng, so we can proceed. So the example is data from a hypothetical student study in which students were asked to rate a government agency before and after 1 week of viewing a 15-minute DVD of the agency twice a day. So we used paired sample t-test to determine if there is significant difference between before and after ratings. So the hypothesis will be null hypothesis. There is no significant difference between the before and after. And the alternative hypothesis is there is a significant difference between before and after ratings. So what we do first is we have to open Jamovi. So for now, let's click data. And then the two columns are before and after. So these are the two columns. We need to click analysis, click on t-test, paired sample t-test. Then let's click before to move to paired variables and after. Okay. Check students is negative 25.3. So since the study is the researcher would like to know if there is a significant difference of before and after. Let's change the hypothesis to measure if measure 1 is lesser than measure 2. So let's click on that one. Click on the mean difference, descriptive. So look at the paired sample t-test table. The t-statistics is a negative 2.543. The difference is 6, or the degree of freedom is 6. The p-value is 0.022. The mean difference is negative 5.86 or 857. So when you look at the descriptives here, the before mean is 23.29, the standard deviation is 10.16, the after mean is 29.14, the standard deviation of the after is 12.2. Since the p-value, which is the 0.022, is lesser than 0.05, therefore, we need to reject the null hypothesis. It is safe to conclude that there is a significant difference between before and after ratings. Wage of the future careers of students, say advertising managers, is different from the average annual wage of an auditing manager at 5% significance. Hypothesis. Null hypothesis is there is no significant difference in the average annual wages of advertising managers and auditing. And the alternative hypothesis is there is a significant difference in the average annual wage of advertising managers and auditing. So first, how to do the step-by-step process on to compute this statistical analysis using Jamovi. So now go to Jamovi, create two columns, so which is careers or positions and wage. So next is you have to enter the position. So as you go here, it's mentioned advertising and auditing, and on the other side is this the wages of the advertising and auditing managers. Then let's click, analysis, select t-test, click independent sample t-test. Then let's move position to, or let's move wage to dependent variable and position to the grouping variable. So here, under test, let's click students. Then alternative hypothesis is the test value or group 1 is not equal to or equal to group 2. And then our confidence level should be 95%. Let's click descriptive. So as we go along, assumption checks, homogeneity, normality. Okay, so look at the t-test results. The t-statistics is 2.364. The p-value is 0.0211. The mean difference is 8.514. So since the p-value, which is 0.0211, is lesser than 0.05, we reject the null hypothesis. This concludes that there is a significant difference in the average annual wages between advertising and auditing managers. The analysis indicates that advertising managers earn significantly higher average annual wages than auditing managers. The term significantly indicates that the difference in average wages between the two groups is statistically meaningful. This typically means that the observed difference is unlikely to have occurred by random chance, as determined by statistical tests. So in practical terms, this suggests that the average wage of advertising managers is not only higher than that of auditing, but that this difference is robust enough to be considered reliable and not due to sampling variability. Okay, so since the mean difference is worth 8,514. Okay, so if you look at the group descriptive, the advertising manager wage mean is 70.70. And the standard deviation is 16.25, whereas the auditing is 62.19 and the standard deviation is 12.90. Moving on, we will be discussing about one-way ANOVA. So one-way ANOVA has one independent variable with two levels. So our example is we want to understand whether the exam performance differed based on test anxiety levels among students, dividing students into three groups: low, medium, and high stress students. Okay. So the hypotheses are the null is there is no significant difference in reaction times between the three groups, Group A, Group B, and Group C. Alternative hypothesis is there is a significant difference in reaction times between at least two of the groups. So the first step to be done is you open your Jamovie, create two columns. First group, this is the one you entered all, which is Group A, Group B, and Group C. Then on the next column, you can name it reaction. So you have to enter the data. Let's perform the analysis. Click on the analysis, then select ANOVA, then choose one-way ANOVA. Then move reaction time to the for this topic is the cost and the associated number of passengers for 12 500-mile commercial airline flights using Boeing 737s during the same season of the year. We will use this data to develop a regression model to predict cost by number of passengers. So the first thing to do is open your Jamovie, create two new columns. This is the number of passengers and the cost. Then performing the regression analysis, you have to click analysis, click regression, then linear regression. Move cost to the dependent variable and the number of passengers to covariates. Okay. Model to fit, click on adjusted R2. What else? Assumption checks, we need to click the normality, the QQ plot. Okay. So it is showing a strong linear relationship between the number of passengers and flights and flight cost. The R2 is 0.991. So the regression statistics is the slope is equal to 40.7. The intercept is 1569.79. The R squared is 0.991, and the p-value is less than 0.001. Since the p-value is much smaller than the common threshold, which is 0.05, it indicates that the results are drastically significant. This means that there is strong evidence to reject the null hypothesis. So example prediction will be for 80 passengers. So regression equation is cost, which is 40.7 times 80, which is the number of passengers. 40.7 times 80 plus our intercept of 1569.79 is equal to 4,825.79. So that is the predicted cost. Meaning, so this will be the amount of or the predicted cost for the passenger, for each passenger. Next, moving forward is multiple regression. So the example will be a real estate study was conducted in a small city to determine what variables, if any, are related to market price of a home. Several variables were explored, including the number of bedrooms, the number of bathrooms, the age of the house, the number of square feet of living space, the total number of square feet of space, and the number of garages. Suppose the researcher wants to develop a regression model to predict the market price of a home by two variables, which are total number of square feet in the house and the age of the house. So all we have to do is open Jamovie, create the column or set up 3 columns. Column 1 is named as marketplace or market price. Column 2 is square feet or total area. Then column 3 is age of the house. So click analysis, then click exploration, click descriptives, move all variables to variable box. So that those are the market price, total area, and age of the house. Under statistics, minimum, skewness, kurtosis. Okay. Then let's click to set up multiple regression. Let's click analysis again, then regression, Then linear regression. Move market price to dependent variable. Where is the market price? Market price. Here. Dependent variable.